Okay, so after yesterday, I noticed that some students still had questions about the comparing functions notes. So I just wanted to read through them and talk about some of the questions that I think you may have had. And so first in the top in the notes, it talks about how we can compare functions by looking at their properties such as slope, and we've learned about slope for a long time this year, or rate of change. Slope and rate of change are the same thing. To find the rate of change, you use the formula y minus y over x minus x. We also talked about doing y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or compare the ratio of rise and run if it's on a graph, right? Because rise is your up and down y change. I'm going to add some arrows. Up and down change. And run is your left and right x change. Okay, so first we're just practicing finding rate of change in the following examples. This whole section we did in a previous unit, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time going over this, but we know when we have an equation in the form of y equals mx plus b, m is the slope, so the slope for 1 is 2/5. Okay, next, when we have 2 points, we know that coordinate points are labeled x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so in our formula, remember, you can do either order as long as you keep it consistent. So if we do y minus y, 7.5 minus 9 over x minus x, 5 minus 6. Once we simplify all this, we get 1.5 as the rate of change. Okay, for the next one, number 3, same idea. You could do it like it's shown here, right? These are our y's. So y minus y, or negative 5 minus negative 11, over x minus x, which would be 5 minus 7. When you simplify that completely, you get a slope or a rate of change of negative 3. Okay, and then the last one on the graph. Remember, slope is your change in y, or your up and down change, over change in x. This triangle just means change in math, which is your left and right change. Okay, so here I'm picking 2 points. I'll pick this point and this point because they're easily identifiable on the graph. The up and down change here is 1. The left and right change is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, therefore, the rate of change, or the slope, is 1 over 4, or 1/4. Okay, for the next task, this is where we're actually going to start comparing. So, question number 5 says, Ty sells signs in a monthly craft fair, and he can make 7 signs every 2 hours. His friend Harrison helps him make signs, and the rate at which Harrison makes signs is in the table below. So, first of all, for Ty, we're comparing Ty and Harrison. I'm just going to put Ty, and then I'm going to put H for Harrison. Okay, Ty can make 7 signs every 2 hours. 7 divided by 2 is a rate of 3.5 per hour. Okay, now Ty, after 0 hours, he makes 0 signs. After 4 hours, he makes 15 signs. So, 15 divided by 4 is 3.75. Signs per hour. So who's making signs at a greater rate, and how do we know? It was Harrison. Now this explanation is a little confusing. Ms. Gaskins chose to explain it in a different way, but either way works as long as it makes sense to you. So here Harrison is making them at a faster rate because 3.75 signs per hour is faster. You're making more signs per hour than 3.5 signs per hour. Okay, and then next, after 12 hours, what would the difference in the number of signs each friend made be? So, the way that Miss Gaskins chose to do it, she knows that Ty sells 7.5 signs. Oh, nope, that's a mistake. He sells 7 signs every 2 hours. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna redo this one because she did it in a different way. It's a little confusing. We're gonna just do it this way. Okay, after 12 hours, what would the difference in signs be? So for Ty, if Ty makes 3.5 every hour, we can do 3.5 times 12,